I would like to present the challenges for the development of Southeast Europe. That was my homework for today. And I would like to give a context, a general regional context for development of e-democracy. And I try to make an overview not only of challenges but also of the achievements in the region. Regional Cooperation Council inherited the Stability Pact for Southeastern Europe, so no more Busek. Now it's Mr. Higo Biščević leading the Regional Cooperation Council, and all of us working in the Regional Cooperation Council are from the Balkan countries. There are 12 members from Southeastern Europe, and also, as it was the case with the Stability Pact, donor countries, important partners and international organizations that are also taking part in our activities. Now I'll start with why regional cooperation. This is a prerequisite for reconciliation, security, stability and prosperity in Southeastern Europe, precondition for developing and promoting regional projects which require joining of resources, economy of scale, establishment of networks, coordination of donor assistance and attraction of foreign investments. This is, all these criteria are also relevant for development of e-society, information society, and knowledge society as well. It's also direct and indirect contribution to the human development in the region and precondition for the integration into the EU. What are the achievements in development of political relations in the region? We have regular and normal elections and mostly pro-European and reformist governments all over the region. All Western Balkan countries have or applied for candidate status or signed stabilization and association agreements with the European Union. Other Balkan countries like Bulgaria, Romania and Greece are members of the European Union, and Moldova belongs to the neighborhood program of the European Union. In the period 2000-2008, all Western Balkan countries achieved relative stabilization and economic growth. It was before the outbreak of the international crisis. Numerous regional cooperation structures and initiatives have been developed. There are about 40 regional task forces, initiatives, networks operating in the region in different fields, from economic and social development, infrastructure development, energy and infrastructure development, justice and home affairs, building human capital, security. So these are domains where we have all these networks and different organizations that have been developed at the regional level. But what are the challenges and risks? Effects of the global economic crisis in the region. This is one of the greatest risks at the moment. Slowing down of the European integration process in the Western Balkans, deterioration of bilateral political relations in the region, fragility of the established regional structures. And you can see these two curves. The one curve that is steadily going up is sectoral cooperation in the region. So at the sectoral level, cooperation has been developed smoothly, but bilateral political relations are going up and down. So last year was a very difficult one, but now last months we have good development in more intensive bilateral meetings at the highest level, and also some relaxing of the bilateral tensions. But the main challenge is this sectoral cooperation curve going to pull up bilateral relations, or deterioration of bilateral relations is going to pull down successful sectoral cooperation? Both of them are demonstration of political will. So all these regional task forces, networks, etc. couldn't be developed without political will behind. So this graph shows one of the main challenges in the region. And good information, good communication is one of the prerequisites to strengthen this very positive sectoral cooperation development all over the region. What are the recommendations? Coordinated response to the global crisis, it is very important, and we have some positive signs in this respect. We had a very successful ministerial meeting here in Belgrade convened by Mr. Jelica, inviting Western Balkan countries' ministers. Then we had a very good parliamentarian event, deputy speakers of the parliament discussing European integration and how to cope with the international crisis. So there are several structures addressing these issues at a coordinated regional way. Then enhancing good neighborly relations and strengthening regional cooperation, continuing reforms and harmonization with the acquis communautaire, mutual support in the European integration process, improving image of the region. Improving the image of the region is also one of the key tasks for your target group. This is also showing the level of literacy of the region in the field of information society and knowledge society. Trade and investment, what are the achievements? Early transition phase has been completed and structural reforms initiated, with visible improvement of the business climate before the crisis outbreak. Then macroeconomic stability and high growth rates in the region also before the outbreak of the crisis. Privileged access to the EU market, CEFTA 2006 for regional market, improving trade flows and investments. For most of the Western Balkan countries, regional trade is at the second place after trade with the European Union. So regional trade is really very relevant. What are the challenges? Long-lasting unemployment, jobless growth. We had growth, but it was jobless growth. And high share of population at or under poverty line, impeding sustainable growth, increasing social marginalization, and leading to political radicalization. This is a very serious challenge that will be even more visible because of the crisis. Decreasing share in the world exports of the region, growing trade deficits, including high current account deficit in all Western Balkan countries, high foreign debt GDP share, high level of public expenditures, low rating in international competitiveness comparisons. This is a summary of all those previously mentioned issues. So low competitiveness of the region. What are the recommendations? Measures and policies enhancing economic activity and employment opportunities. It means investing in infrastructure and small and medium-sized enterprises. This is also the part of the anti-crisis package all over Europe, in the United States. So Keynesian response, public works, and also supporting entrepreneurship. Building and enhancing human capital. This is one of the crucial challenges for the region, without which we cannot expect to become competitive. Continuing reforms and enhancing capacity of the domestic financial and banking systems, preventing growing protectionism in the region, investment promotion, in particular public-private partnership, close cooperation with the European Commission and international financial institutions in the crisis response package implementation. Because the crisis response package has been developed, and it would be very important to involve countries of the region in discussing the crisis response package and in providing appropriate response from the region. Otherwise, it would be again one of the imposed packages for the region. We need really a very extensive debate on implementing the crisis response package in the best possible way.